Hey, good evening. How's everyone doing tonight? And welcome back to Project O Model Workshop. I have a few things going on right now. A week out before Acme comes to town. Very excited. Andrew's very excited. Um, what about that race today, huh? That's a crazy, crazy video move that got old Chastain in the top four for next week. If you guys aren't big into NASCAR, it was a exciting finish, very very exciting finish. Um, so today I'm going to do a part two uh, of the decals. I'm not going to go too extensive. I got a lot of stuff that is going on, but there is something that I want y'all to see. It's been about 2 weeks since my last video. It's been about 2 weeks since I did part one. Um, just like uh, just like many modelers, life takes a toll. Life steps in, and all of a sudden, before you know it, you've been working, working like a dog, going everywhere, and you've been having to take care of stuff here and there, and then 2 weeks lapses and passes by. But I do want y'all to see something that took place with the decals on the number 9 Hooters car, and I want you to realize that you can fix many of your decal issues, unless of course you tear something apart and just lose that piece. You may have to resort to painting or quite possibly overlapping another set of decals. Um, Salvino's is great in the sense that he always gives you a extra set of decals if you're a member of the uh, Kid of the Month Club. So um, keeping that in mind as you go further, as you go forward rather, if you ever are doing a decal project, just make sure you have an extra set of decals close by. Um, so let's get going, and I'll show you guys what I was talking about. All right, like I said earlier, welcome back to the channel. Um, to begin, first off, one of my stash add-ons. I picked this guy up at one of my local hobby shops. I know I hear some builders talk about they don't have hobby shops around their area, um, and that's very disappointing. I wish everybody had access to a good hobby shop. I'm fortunate here that in Atlanta I'm kind of like in the middle, where we obviously have hobby lobbies, quite in just about every city now down here in the South. But here in the South, we also have a few hobby shops that are still around. Kennesaw has a Hobby Town USA, which they have their model contest. Um, I believe it's 2 weeks after Acme. I believe it's like on the 19th, and anybody can enter. Um, they do have, I believe it is judged entries and whatnot. However, that is 2 weeks, exactly 2 weeks after the Acme. But anyway, I picked this guy up there. They changed their models so much because they sell so many. But I picked up this skid steer. Maybe I'll do a box opening from Gecko Models. It's a 135 scale. Pretty cool. Comes in with some photo etch parts, decals. Um, I am in construction, so for me this will probably be exciting to put together. Put our company logos and whatnot on the sides, and just keep it on my desk at work. So pretty cool, excited about it, and I might have, like I said, an opening on it. You guys are probably wondering why I have a couple chassis going right now. I do have several chassis, obviously, that I'm working on. Of course, one of them is for my Hooters build. The other one is going to be just the regular number 9, the Napa, and then I picked up a set of decals from Mike's Decals. These are the JR Salvinos, but I did pick these up from Mike's Decals, and this is the Chase Elliott Union First kit. So that's what I have the 3 chassis working on here, and I'll go through, show you guys a little bit of
Actually, the print got printed. Got stamped twice.
I've been listening to some hobby videos. I guess that's Matthew in the back talking about a 29 Ford Roadster pickup truck. However, these chassis all have they've already been allotted cars. So I get these. Well, I'll get 2 of these out of the way. Put them back to where they go. A few things about these you learn as you go. The fitment issues. They do go together really well. They are pretty good. However, once you start working with them, you tend to realize that you cannot really follow the instructions. The instructions are great, but you tend to start picking up some more tricks, tips that you can use, you can pass along, of what you may put before the other, just to make it easier on the build. I found out that that building the tub, like I said, everything gets covered up with all the air coolers and hoses and pipes like that. That to detail something out like this, it's really gonna, unless you're gonna leave everything off, it's gonna be a waste. You're really better off just building them, putting them together, and keeping them as shelf queens, which are what I intend to do with all of my builds, majority of my builds. However, I was going to dress them up. I picked up a few of the Scale Motorsports carbon fiber sheets, and I was gonna cut these, put them in place. And I said, man, that's gonna take me a little bit of time. I may just have to work out a couple stencils and put them together, and then trolling Mike's Decal Warehouse, I came across these guys. A full set of carbon fiber for the 2022 Camaros. The full set includes just about all the engine, air ducts, to include the skirts, to include the seat. There's a ton of decals here, guys. Like I said, I got two sets of them. I'll probably pick me up some more. However, it comes with a full set of decals to do the underside. So you have the whole set to do in between the baffles, to do the floor, underneath the floor pan, the front. They look like a lot of fun. They look like a lot of work. But it covers everything. I mean, everything is here. One set of decals is 2 sheets. So nothing's missing. It's just, it depends on how you're going to display your kit. So if you plan on having it lifted with a mirror underneath it, it'll make a really impressive looking kit, because you even have the decals for in between the baffles. So them boys over at Power Slide did a really good job. I may just post some pictures of those after I've done them. I probably won't post them. I probably won't make a video of it as I'm working on it, but um, I will post a video, uh, with a dressed up engine. I don't know if I'll go to the underneath, to the underside, to the undercarriage of it, but I will put some pictures, and I will have some posts and some posts on them as I go along. Um, I'm gonna show you guys what I do with my wheels. I think my wheels tend to look pretty sharp. I do have a aftermarket decals as well to dress my wheels up, to tape them up, to make them look just race ready. I will show you guys what I do as far as getting them painted. I don't do um, a straight out paint job on them. I just go over and I do some dry brushing with some gunmetal paint. They turn out pretty good. I realize that some of these teams do have some silver looking wheels. However, most of them are not really bright silver. They're more like dry brushed. I'll show you guys how I do that here in a second. Um, my wheels, the wheels from the Salvino kits, they are really good. They're nice. They're sturdy, but they do come and have that little this little nipple on there. I don't know if you guys can see that. I guess it's a where the mold, where the rubber gets put into the mold, but it tends to come up, and you have a parting line in the middle. I usually get rid of that with my little skateboard here. It's not really a skateboard. It's a foam pad. It's a foam pad on a little holder here. Works out really good. I just kind of tend to rub it down, and as I rub it down and it disappears, I'll just go ahead and I'll work my whole tire all the way through. It gives it that worn look. It gives it the that race look to it. You don't really need to on these because obviously the wheel, as it comes out, it looks pretty sharp. It looks really clean, really nice, and it's able to take your decals on there really good. When you sand them down a little bit, you got to work your decal a little bit. Sometimes maybe put in some white glue just to get the decals to adhere pretty good. But I'll go through that probably on the third part. Show you guys how I dress up my tires, get them looking nice, get them looking really nice. Like I said again, I got 12 tires to go through, so lots of practice. One more thing, I do have, like I was telling you guys, that we have I'm fortunate to have several hobby shops around me. They're not really close, but since I do a lot of driving for work, I tend to put myself a lot of times in those areas where these hobby shops are. And during my lunch break, I'll tend to frequent and just kind of go in there and say, hey, most of them people know me. They've known me for years. I like to give back and obviously help out the small businesses, but no affiliation. I'm not sponsored by this guy, but I do have a hobby shop that's called B&B. They're out in Lawrenceville. They're super nice. They cater, most of these hobby shops now cater to RC, but some of them do have plastic. This hobby shop does carry a lot of little odd and ends, and I picked this up from Greg Scale Model Accessories at B&B Hobby Shop in Lawrenceville. These pre-wired distributors, look at that. The wire distributors actually are so detailed that they're a little bit nicer looking to me than the Parks, as each distributor seems to come out of its own little wire hub. They already come with a boots, This is it for an 8-cylinder. That's for a 6-cylinder. I also picked up a battery accessory. It's got the wires already ready to go. And then the coolest thing here is these seat belts. I already have the buckles. They're already ready to go. You can just take you a black Sharpie, paint them black, or paint them according to the color that you want to. I'm sure it wouldn't take anything to change them. They do come in gray, and they're already all buckled. I'm sure we can get any of us can get the photo etch buckles, the ribbon, probably Hobby Lobby, and put them together. But it's always nice. It's always nice to already have them ready. So when you go shopping, I guess in your own little warehouse of knickknacks that you have laying around, it makes it a lot easier and a lot more time. It saves you a lot of time. You don't have to go around and make you some. I mean, I'm sure if you've built models, you can always make your own, your own distributors. You can always wire your own batteries, and, make your own seat belts. But like I said, when you have somebody that does this already, which costs you a couple bucks, you're supporting the small hobby business. It's always good. So I got a lot of things going on right now. So I'm just trying to put this together. But one thing that I was telling y'all, if y'all can trying to get something here to point it out. Just use my pencil here, I guess. But if you look at my bumper decal, okay, it has dried, and it has. I'm trying to get it here. If you look right here, it didn't adhere properly. Now, keep in mind this has been 2 weeks. Okay, 2 weeks, and it hasn't fully, obviously, adhered to the bumper. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. If you ever come back to a decal and you got a wrinkle on it, it's not the end of the world. I've seen some modelers that are so meticulous, and they're so worried about how something looks. I believe Lucas C. Has a kit that he said he just put it up because he had a decal that was messed up on it. Looking at his kit, I would have probably have not noticed that decal, because the paint job that he did on this kit, the rest of the decal, all of the decals actually they look so good that I would have never have noticed. It would have took me some time to notice the little blemish that kind of upset him to put it away. Easy to fix too. Easy to fix. It was a little part that peeled off. I can't remember how it peeled off, but it was a little white part. He could very easily fix with just some decal paper. He could have cut him a thin strip and just laid it across it. Nobody would have known. Like I said, the kit itself, the paint job and the decals on it look so good that it would have been very hard to notice. As a modeler, though, I do notice my own mistakes as I build. But then again, a lot of times if you don't bring it up, if you don't say anything, they'll be overseen. Now, if it's a judged contest, they might see it. But a lot of times, if the rest of the kit is jam up, they may just let it go, because I'm sure they understand how it looks. Now, if it comes down to that, on a contest, they, like I said, it may easily fix. Not the end of the world. You can definitely fix them. So to fix that blemish, just like I've said before, when you start your decals, when you pick up your kit, this has been 2 weeks now. Just drop you some Mark Fit back over the decal. This will soften it up. Since I've got a little bit of an edge here, I can go back under it and just applying the Mark Fit with my brush. Just work it in there a little bit, and then as you soften up the decal on the top, and it'll soften up. It starts to soften up as you go along. And if you feel like, hey, that's, I don't want to keep messing with it because I'm gonna tear it. If you do and you tear it, you know what? I got me another set of these decals. I can just redo that decal itself. But before I take out my other set of decals, I just keep on working this guy back and forth with my brush. Just let it soften up. As that is working and softening up, I'll just I'll go through and start working on another decal. So, like I said, no real big worries. Just let it get softened up. So I'm get me set up, throw some more decals on here, and there you go. See, it's almost it's like it's almost lifted all the way through. So you can just keep on working it, and just take your time, have patience. And as you get to the edge of the decal, it just starts to lift. Like I said, every time you work your decals, work them from the middle to the outside. Get out your air bubbles that way. If you do have to pop a decal to get air out from under it, if you can try to get it at the seam, that's even better. So this has been down 2 weeks, guys. 2 weeks. It's been completely dry. Okay. And all you do is just soften it back up. No biggie. No biggie at all. There, made it all the way to the side. Now, you can just work it with your finger, or a better thing to do is use just a, and there you go. And that's all there is to it. All there is to it. So that was good. That was good that it did that, and I was able to show you guys, let you guys know. Trust your setting solution. Trust your setting solution. Doesn't matter if you're using testers, if you're using Mr. Hobby, if you're using Mark Fit, if you're using Microsol, Microset, just trust your setting solution. That's all it is to it. If you guys can look, it's nice and clean, and it is pressed on there. And then obviously, as I go through, keep on working it, it'll I talk with my hands a lot. I don't know why. I mean, it's just like Ricky Bobby. I don't know what to do with my hands. But anyways, I will shut it down. I will shut it down. Come back and get some more decals on here for you. And sometimes when you have a lot of decals that are going on, you can use some of the decals that are going on to cover up some of your other decals that are not looking so hot, or you're not too proud of. However, like I said, if you just take your time and you just work your decals will come out looking clean. There's nothing to fear about decals. at all. You can always go back. You can always touch up little imperfections. Um, and then at the end of the day, like I said, if a kit, if a model has enough colors like this here, if a model has enough interest and wow factor because it's just a clean looking car, or a clean looking kit, um, you know the the person that is looking at this model is going to be so interested at going all around and just looking at all the detail and just at how close it is to the actual 1-1 car, that they're not going to notice a little blemish. They're not going to notice um, something that's not in place. They're going to be more amazed with how in the world were you able to get this car to look and resemble so much the actual car that they're really not gonna sit there and just look at the one wrinkle that you couldn't take out, or the one little cut piece that just doesn't look perfect. And the majority of the time they're not gonna know. They're just not gonna know. They're gonna be so um, amazed by the all the work that you've done, because they know that the majority of the time they would never see themselves doing something like this, or this isn't what they're into. Some of these modelers may be into armor, where they can't do decals like this. However, they can put down paint and weather and camouflage and things of that nature, where you know, they're not going to be too critical of a job that you've done on a kit. And if so, then they can pick up their own kit and and do it up the way that they want to. This is somebody's work. Um, I'm not going to tell an artist that paints pictures or draws that their drawings are not good, or their pictures are, their portraits aren't coming out the way they should. I don't know if that's what they were looking for, but um, some of these pictures that are in museums, personally, I have no interest in them. I think some of them, could have been done by a third grader. However, they're worth millions. So, what am I to say? Who am I to say that somebody's art, somebody's talents are not, where they need to be? I mean, this is all. I'm having fun. I enjoy it. Once I put it up on my shelf, or send it to Ohio. I mean, either way, I'm still proud of it, because I know that somebody else in my family is going to be proud of it as well. So if it does go to Ohio, which it might, or it just might not, um, I'm sure it'll still be looked at on the shelf. A shelf queen. So just take your time, and everything does come out. And now we come back, just to show you just how nice everything comes together. Everything falls together. Just trust in your solution, no matter what it is that you're using. Um, it does sag down. Everything just looks crisp. It looks clean. Um, One thing I did want to go over, um, on this area here. Um, if you look through the inside, you see that the decal needs to lay down in there. That this is one of those areas where you would have to make a relief cut. Now, if you wanted to be on the safe side, you can wait, let it air out, let it dry completely. When you come back, it'll be stiff. I'm gonna do this right now since it is wet. Prefer to have a sharp knife, a new knife. You all you do is just make that little relief cut. Just soak it again on the inside and the outside with a setting solution to soften it up. Then just go over it with your damp rag. You could use your finger since it's already been softened up. And just keep going over it a little bit at a time. It'll underlap. You can use your brush just barely damped to go over it again. Like I said, some modelers will use Q-tips. That's absolutely fine. It all depends. Whatever's easiest for you. Whatever is easiest for you. You just keep on working your decal. They'll go down. They'll lay down. They'll look sharp. They look clean, and there's nothing better than a clean looking kit where all your decals overlap and they all look good. So I'm gonna let that set. I guess on part 3 we'll come back. We'll look at some of the other decals. We'll go over the other side. Try to clean it all up, and I'll try to decal the tires. Right now I'm just going to show you how I dry brush my tires, and just to get them to look clean. Okay, so just hang on for a second for that. Alright guys, well, everybody has their own ways of dry brushing. Like we all say here on the modeling YouTube community, you know, you don't have to do it like I do. It is a personal preference. If you have your own preference and it works for you, then that's fine. But this is just one thing that I saw, and all it is just the Tamiya gunmetal, the X10, and just a wide bristle brush is all I use. You know, soak it in paint, and then just take off as much as you can, and then all you have to do is just go over the edges. That's it. Just over the edges. You really, as you do this, you really won't be able to tell how it's looking until, or how much they pop just by getting the edges, until you hold it up to a wheel that is not dry brushed. And then actually you don't need a whole lot of paint. This is just actually the paint that was in the jar in the top. You just go over the edges just like that, easy peasy. I mean, if you make a mistake, it's not really gonna stand out. It's just the little details that make your model, pop pop out. I was actually at Acme years ago, and one of the hosts, I quote him, is kind of something interesting that I heard. He said, "Make every part of your model a model." You know, Obviously on this kit, I'm not going to take my time to do a whole lot of detailing on the engine. I'll probably come back and just spot check whatever I can see. But like I said, once I put the carbon fiber decals on it, um, it's really, it'll really make, make a difference. Um, this is something that I do just, just to make it, different, just to make it look like I did pay a little bit of attention, you know, to my wheels. And like I said, when you hold it, you really can't tell much of a difference until you hold it next to um, a part that wasn't, detailed. Once you come back and you put your little BBS decal on there, a little bit of wheel weights, you decal your tire, you know, put slap on some tape, slap on a sticker on the wheel, and you guys will really see how much this little detail right here really adds to just the overall look of the finished wheel. Um, but for now, I think that's about it. I'll just get the rest of these, and when I get ready to detail my wheels, I will put that out probably on the third part of the decal build. Hopefully by then I'll have a completed or close to completed chassis where I'll have it on some jack stands, and and you guys can check them out. Here's my jack stands. No, I'm just kidding. Those are some 3D printed jack stands, but they're not the right scale. But I will 3D print me some jack stands in scale, and I'll have them, nice little display. Hopefully I can have this kit along with some of the others ready to go for Acme. I'm not too sure what we're gonna do. Again, Andrew's birthday is coming up on the 9th. We have a surprise pending for him actually on the day of the Acme, so I'm not too sure if I'm going to take any models I to put in. I probably will, but I'm not 100% on that yet. But I appreciate you guys watching. I hope it's not too long. I hope this wasn't too long. I try to do as much as I can off camera so that I can just well, I want to appreciate everybody for watching. Apologize for that. My battery ran out on my phone, so it just came to an abrupt end. However, I look forward to seeing a lot of you guys at Acme, um, and just have a safe week. If you like what you saw, go ahead and give me a like, give me a comment. I'm always open. I enjoy reading comments. Every time I look at a video, I always throw my 2 cents in there. I think I think just about every modeler that I follow has something that they give um, to this forum. I think everybody's amazing. It's just some are just way beyond anything that I would ever do. But I appreciate everybody, and again, I look forward to seeing some of you at the Acme, maybe even in future events. So just subscribe, give me a shout out, get my name out there. I'm working on some shop cards, and I'm working on several other things. But I appreciate you guys' time, and I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you soon.